Alright, BobalosRex here, and we're talking cities. So, I'm going to be talking about... So, we've seen Belemeth, the city, the new capital, whatever you want to call it. We've seen Lordaeron now, and we've seen Gilneas, all, you know... I guess Gilneas wasn't really, like... grown per se, but it was retaken. There's new NPCs there. Alright, Lordaeron, new NPCs there, new doodads, and Belemeth had nothing, and then boom, in one patch got buffed, right? And we've seen we've also, I think we've heard devs talk about opening up some of the older continents up in, like, building things. So, today I want to talk about cities that I want to see grown, out, built up, expanded upon, and I'm going to be talking horde cities, neutral cities, and alliance cities. Alright? So we're talking cities that need to be expanded upon, and I would love to see these expanded upon in a patch, built up, add some more doodads, maybe a full revamp. And some of these may be hard because there's cataquests there, but just phase it. There you go, we got ways to do it. So let's go down the list. So first up, we're gonna talk horde cities, and here, let me move this. So, we pretty much know this Silver Moon's going to get done up in midnight. Alright? Silver Moon City, very much so going to get built up in midnight. I'm excited for that. Also, and I mentioned this in a video, I want to see Zulaman be part of the horde and built up as well. See, that's down over here. I totally want to see that be a new capital, you know? We got a Troll Heritage questline coming up. Maybe we can get them into the horde finally. You know? And speaking of the trolls, I want to see the Echo Isles expanded. This has been forever stuck in this state. There is only the troll intro questline done here. This should be expanded right. What are the trolls doing? The trolls should have built this up. The trolls need their city. We got Darkspear Heritage coming. They need a whole capital. They need a whole capital. Let's be real. Alright? And speaking of expanding capitals, Thunderbluff. Thunderbluff. You want to know what I think would be good at Thunderbluff? Thunder Totem has a big giant totem. Thunderbluff needs a big giant totem. Right next to the city. Just boom, right there. Or build up this. Expand these. Instead of having to go across these bridges, boom. They just connected now. Alright? Or, like I said, you make more. You know, let's show some high mountain torrent integration. Alright, speaking of continuing on, I'm not going to talk about Stormwind, but I do want to expand Orgrimmar, mainly because we see many of the horde, the allied horde races, using Orgrimmar. So I think Orgrimmar needs to expand. We need an area for the Mag'har, we need an area for the Volpera, we need an area... Who else? I feel like there was another one. I'll talk about the goblins, but the Volpera and the Mag'har are literally stuck in Orgrimmar right now. They need their own little areas. So I want to see Orgrimmar expanded. Personally. Alright, Undercity is one I have on this list. I want to see Undercity expanded on. Are we going to go back down, reclaim that? Or are we going to build up on the outside? You know, I'd like a little of both. You know? And then, here's another city I brought up. We see the Alliance. Okay, so the Alliance is pretty much getting all this land. And we'll talk about more cities there. I want to see the Horde take Anderhall and have it as a village. That the Horde has for chill undead. Maybe this could be neutral. Maybe this could be a sanctuary city, Anderhall. A city fought over so many freaking times. I would love to see something done with this. And here's a city that is currently neutral, and this is the last Horde one I'm going to talk about. It's currently neutral, but I want to see it hoarded up, and that's Ratchet. Gazlo is in the Horde. He's the Bilgewater Goblin Cartel leader now. I want to see Ratchet done up, and there's one more city. Of course, I want to see Kazan retaken by the Goblins. Goblins retake Kazan, Horde capital, just in the ocean. Allow us to go there. Allow other people to go there. Why can't I get this on my map? Why? Why can't I go to the Lost Isles? Open these places up. Let us go back. Literally the only... Other than Exiles Reach, literally they made Exiles Reach to work like these just unreturnable starter zones. Wild. Alright. So, we talked about Horde. Let's talk about Alliance. Belemeth should be expanded. Alright. And continuing with the Night Elves, I want to see where the Night Elves are settling on Hyjal. Done up. Are they right under Nordrassil? Expand this out. Give room for the quest and then expand this out into a little city. This is where Tyrande and Malfurion were married. And Thrall and Agra. No. Thrall and Agra were there. They weren't married there, I believe. Maybe they were. I can't remember now. I know Tyrande and Malfurion were. So, build out this city. Alright, and then let's give the Night Elves Feathermoon back. Oh, they built it over here? Build up Feathermoon. Give them Feralus. Like, who quests there? You can just phase it. Alright. So that will give the Night Elves plenty. Give them portals. Portals! Every Horde city I mentioned needs to have a portal in that portal room. Give us an upstairs and a downstairs. Alright. Portals all around to the major cities. They're allies. They're working together. They have mages. They should have portals to each other. Alright. Now, also for the Alliance, we need a Mechagon that we can walk around freely in. Other than just the dungeon. Like, you can barely move around in the area that the Mechagnomes go to. I want it all expanded. I want to be able to go into Mechagon. Legit. I know it'd probably break. Oh my god, I'm thinking about how the inside is probably built. I still think we need to be let in. I think it'd be cool. And then, continuing with the gnomes, Gnomeregan. Gnomeregan is still not a capital city. Why can't the gnomes and the Mechagnomes get rid of the trogs and radiation? Like, come on. The undead can get rid of plague. The gnomes can't get rid of radiation. How many half-lives does the radiation have? Like, they should be able to do it. We got magic. They should be able to do something. Alright, Gilneas, I want to be expanded, dude. Listen. Gilneas deserves to be gussied up. And you know what city needs to be rebuilt? Pyrewood Village. I want to see Crowley be able to rebuild Pyrewood Village. Make it all nice. Alright. Okay, I got a couple of dwarf things. I want I would love to have Shadowforge City accessed by flying. To be able to go down into the city and fly over where, like, the dungeon is. You know, I don't know. I literally can't see them engineering it. But I would love to be able to enter the dungeon and move. I mean, we can already go in the dungeon. We should have the dungeon. We've already seen Dark Iron Dwarves be able to move around. I would just love to be able to have it as like a full capital for the Dark Iron. And that brings me to Airy Peak in the Hinterlands. This is the Wildhammer Dwarf capital. It should be fancy. We see Wildhammer in the Alliance. They should have been able to fill that out. And that, like I said, that gives Alliance this little area. Horde up here. It's friendly times. Now, we're in peace. Alright? Give the Alliance Stromguard. Canonically, they have Stromguard. Make it a little city for them to use. I know some people that would love that. And then here's my wild card pick over here. Menethil Harbor, dude. It's still underwater. It's still underwater. They need to do something about that. Alright? And then the last city. Here's the thing. With what we've seen on Draenor. Like, think about this. Think about this. Alright? In, I think it's 200 years. Alright? On Draenor. The Draenei built Shatrath City, Oshundun, the Temple of Karabor, all these villages over here, okay? All these cities and villages over here. Okay? And they didn't build it around the crash site, by the way. They built up all these cities. What else do they have? Alright. Alright, so pretty much everything here. Alright, they built up all that in like 200 years. It's now been like 20? This is all they got. What the fuck? Draenei Heritage is coming up. Come on. This needs to be done up. They're still living in the crash site hole. A hole. They underground in a hole in the crash site. You're telling me they couldn't have built up a city right now? What are they doing? They got another spaceship. They need to build up their dang cities. All you got is a couple little freaking... I mean, these towns aren't even really towns, man. The Draenei need something. Alright, so that's for the Alliance. Now, we're getting to the neutral ones. Let's get to the one I've already mentioned in a previous video. Dalaran. Dalaran return. Dalaran built up. It's back. It's back just chilling. Right in the hole. Place it right back in the hole. Everything good. Alright. Then we got... Here's a couple interesting picks. I want to see Lighthope Chapel built up. Alright, maybe expanding into here, the ruins. But I want to see Lighthope Chapel built up. Alright. I want to see how the Vale is faring now. The Pandaren are supposed to be living in the Vale. Or at least a decent amount. Because we opened the gate, we got all the Pandaren in. It blew up. It's now getting rebuilt. I want to see this built up. I want to see settlements. I want to see a city around here. A Panda City. You know? The biggest Panda City we got is like Half Hill. And with the brewery. You know, I want to see it built up. I mean, Dawn Blossom and the temple are pretty big too. But yeah, I want to see the Vale built up. And I would love to see what's going on with Shatrath City. I don't know why. I would just love to see how this is doing now. You know? How it's just chilling. You know what's going on. I don't see why we would. But I just thought about it. You know? And then I wanted to bring up the last few Goblin cities. Booty Bay. Booty Bay, I would love to see rebuilt after the Cataclysm. Fix the Goblin statue. Expand the city. Booty Bay should be popping. It's Pirate Central. And the city that I'm standing at, built up, freaking Gadget Zan, man. I want to see this as it would be in Hearthstone. A big port city. They call this a port city. What the hell is this? Come on! This should be bigger by now. I would really love to see all these cities grow. You know, we can only dream. But they have been giving us some cities recently, so that's why I wanted to talk about it. And if we get any of these cities built up, I would be happy. I can't wait to see what happens with Silver Moon when we go into Midnight. I can't wait to see what goes on with the War Within. And I know they made a lot of doodads with buildings and stuff. So I want to see them put it more into the game. Either with phasing or just expanding empty areas. You know? Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.